when thinking becomes wise consideration?
Yes, because we're talking about the reality which is now arising, see, and experience and object. So now, at moment of seeing, just talk about seeing before thinking. So now, there is seeing for sure, and it's not that which is seen. So there must be the reality which sees, begin to understand the subtlety of that which is just arises and experience the object. Who can know it? Because the object is seen all the time. If you didn't talk about it, no understanding of a reality, which is so very powerful. Without it, there's no world, nothing at all. Nothing can appear without that which experiences that object to appear. That's why we forget again about understand the truth of that which is now a reality which arises and experience. Before seeing is there, see, the difference between life and no life, like the tree and a cat, see? The difference is the reality which is there, experiences the object. It's life. That's why at moment of hearing, we just learn that sound is not that which hears, only that. But the truth of the reality which experiences is not thought about. Right? So there are 6 doorways. At moment of no seeing, no hearing, no smelling, no tasting, no touching, there is thinking. See, the reality which thinks no one at all. It arises to experience an object, depending on what object is there thought about. That's why it thinks about that which is seen, heard, and so on, the shape and form of such and such, taken for the road or the cat or the snake or the water or whatever is there, all the time, never lost. I mean that it is conditioned to arise and fall away all the time, non-stop. So at moment of no seeing, no hearing, no smelling, no tasting, no touching, it's that thinking, see, the same reality, the reality which arises and experiences an object. That's why there are 6 doorways, no matter in what world, to experience what is there, as the world of heaven or hell or what. There are moments of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. So begin to understand moment of thinking as beginning to understand the moment of seeing. It experiences different objects. So now we are thinking, right? Not seeing, but the reality which arises and experiences is
I'm hearing another voice in the background here.
Yeah, sorry. Just a moment.
It's okay.
So now thinking, see, while
Yes.
not the same time, but no one there at all. Just learn to understand what is there as no one. This is the point. Because the truth can be known stage by stage to let go. Wrong understanding. Nothing is last. Whatever arises falls away. Who can change that? So no one at all arises and falls away. Only different realities. Firm confidence of no one, because no matter what we have learned or talked about deeper and deeper, they are all just to understand Dhamma or Dhamma, they are Dhamma, whatever is here. Anatta, no one. That's why the moment of beginning to understand thinking, at moment of thinking, just like moment of seeing right now, different by doorways. At moment trying to think so hard about seeing, can the object of seeing appear? Impossible, see. It can only be seen by a reality which is conditioned by the eye base and that which impinges on it, and reality which is the experience. Buddha thought about the details, the subtlety of whatever is there, to gradually let go the idea of self. Little by little, unknowingly, who knows now, the more we heard about what is there, little by little, it works its way. It develops the firm confidence of no one gradually, little by little. So we learn about that which is aware, our reality. That's why we learn about the truth of each word, about the truth of different realities. Ignorance can never understand anything as it is at all. Now, seeing arises and falls away. Is it true? It's so subtle. It can be known, but not today. But by understanding more about Dhamma, Anatta gradually develops. So life goes on as usual with a little more understanding that what can be known is not that we try to know, but what is there already, even right now. Thinking what is there, a reality which experiences the object by conditions. Why it arises to think such thought or idea? Why not the other? By condition. So understand the truth, what is there by conditions. It can have more metta, friendliness to whatever is there. Otherwise, we think that we get angry with that person, but actually no one. Just one's own accumulation. See, learn to understand the truth of no self. Gradually, little by little, of that which is there already by conditions. So now, thinking is not seeing, it's not hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching, that's all. It doesn't need eye base, ear base, tongue base, or nose base, and body base at all. It can think. That's why begin to understand what is said about different kinds of that which arises and experience the object in different planes too. Some plane there is no material or rupa at all, see, possible by conditions, and some plane there's no reality which arises and experience, but there is the rupa which is conditioned by Dhamma. See, by conditions, one begin to understand how great wisdom, very, very great, very, very high, very, very subtle, the more when there is the understanding of the truth. So the truth, the witness of the truth, is the understanding of the truth. That is so true. So now no matter what word we use, it points to reality. For example, seeing. Conditioned to think about seeing, not about hearing or other things. And this is the way life is, all by conditions. No matter happy moment, unpleasant moment, or whatever, understanding moment, attaching moment, and so on. Is it true? And this is to understand how much confidence of the truth, to let go gradually ignorance, so reality can show up, to be known, to panya only, right understanding. Because even right now, at moment when there is no seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, or thinking, but there has to be that which is conditioned to arise, to be live, experience the object, but the unknown object by conditions. What is there in life? Buddha thought about it because of his great wisdom beyond anyone in the universes. So just is it true And that is such a parami, firm confidence of the truth, little by little, to condition a sudden moment by condition, aware of a reality with understanding, which now is not understood. For example, hardness. It has to be known if there arises and falls away. And that which experience the object as that which is seen or heard different moment by different conditions, but its character cannot be changed, arises to experience, and the object is different, no matter by what doorway it can experience. By conditions, see? And this is the way to let go. Ignorance. Understanding the word, understanding nature, understand the truth of each reality. A little more, a little more. For example, sati, so we heard a lot. But what is it? See, without understanding it, there can never be moment of beginning to attain to the reality, which is not the chief of experiencing, not the citta, but that which experiences the same object, and it has its own characteristic. It likes that which appear to citta, which experience it too. But what is known can be known just one characteristic at a time, by conditions, see? And this is the way to let go of ignorance and no understanding of that which appear now. So the path which will condition a little more understanding is so very subtle too. No other way at all. People, just listen carefully. I'm going to say the word of the Buddha. Just that has to be considered carefully. Why it has to be listened carefully. Because it's so deep and so subtle. It's there, unknown. It's taken for something, but not as it is. The whole world is like that. Any moment with ignorance. And how can it appear to right understanding of truth until it's the degree of it can eradicate the accumulated of wrong understanding, eons and eons ago, never to arise again. It's now beginning to understand the truth gradually until it conditions another stage, directly understand the truth that we have heard, exactly the same. And the witness to understand that moment is the witness of the truth that is so true as it is. That's why there is Pariyapti, and then Patipatti, and then Pativedha.